Good morning my dear students. Today we are discuss about Civics third lesson Human Rights. Human Rights அப்படினா மனித உரிமைகள் அது என்னென்ன அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம இந்த லெசன்ல தெரிஞ்சுக்க போறோம். சரிங்களா? On 7th June 1893, while a person was on his way to Pretoria in South Africa, a white man objected a person presence of a non-white man in a first class carriage and the person was ordered to move to van a compartment at the end of the train. The man who had the first class ticket refused to leave the was thrown off the train at Pietermaritzburg. Shivering the winter night, the waiting room, the station changed the course of his life. He took up the fight against the racial oppression. The spirit for active non-violence started from the moment. Mahatma Gandhi made the momentous decision to stay on South Africa and fight racial discrimination against the Indians. Out of that struggle emerged his unique way to protest the non-violent satyagraha. As a human being, Gandhi had all the rights to travel in the first-class compartment, but he was discriminated because of his skin color. Discrimination not only based on color, it is on the basis of race, gender, place of birth, and caste, religion, and so on. Due to this discrimination, people are prohibited from enjoying their basic human rights. ஃபஸ்ட் பேராகிராஃபில் நம்ம பார்த்த மாதிரி ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஹியூமன் ரைட்ஸ்க்காக போராடினார் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா நம்ம மகாத்மா காந்தி தான். ஆல்ரெடி உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். நெக்ஸ்ட் we are see about what are human rights. The UNO defines human right as the right inherent to all human beings regardless of race, gender, nationality, language, religion or any other status. Everyone is entitled to these rights without discrimination. Important one mark, Human Rights Day is celebrated every 10th December. The history of human rights has the roots in all great events of the world and it has sustained to struggle for freedom and equality everywhere. The United Nations organization was formed on 24th October 1945 after the Second World War. It proposed to deal with the consequences of war and to prevent such happenings into the future. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is a milestone document in the history of human rights. It was drafted by the representative with the different legal and cultural background from all regions of the world. The declaration was proclaimed by United Nations General Assembly in Paris on 10th December 1948 as a common standard of achievement of all people and all nations. The first time it seeks to out of the fundamental human rights to be universal product and UDHR has been translated into many languages. There are 30 articles in Universal Declaration of Human Rights and its guarantee from freedom to expression as well as civil, political, social, economic and cultural rights. These rights apply to all people irrespective of their race, gender and nationality as well as people are born free and equal. Next we are see about social and economic and cultural rights. The social and economic and cultural rights are integral part of human rights law that was developed due to the aftermath of World War II. Social rights are necessary for full participation in the society. Economic rights guarantee every person to have conditions under which they are able to meet their needs. They are part of range of legal principles through which economic equality and freedom are preserved in state. Cultural rights are human rights that aim at assuring the enjoyment of culture and its components of condition of equality, human dignity and non-discrimination. Civil and political rights. Civil and political rights protect an individual freedom by the government, social organization and private individuals. These rights ensure one's ability to participate in the civil and political life of the society and state. The term civil rights refers to the basic rights abided by laws of government to every person regardless of race, nationality, color, gender, age, religion, etc. Political rights exercised in the formation and administration of government. They are given to the citizen by law. These rights give power to the citizen to participate either directly or indirectly in the administration. Fundamental rights in India. Fundamental rights are required for the all-round development of human being. They make life of people meaningful by giving them right like speech and to live in an area of their choice. ஃபண்டமெண்டல் ரைட்ஸ் ஆர் உங்களுக்கே தெரியும் அடிப்படை உரிமைகள் என்னென்ன அப்படின்னு. ரைட் டு ஈக்குவாலிட்டி, ரைட் டு ஃப்ரீடம், ரைட் அகேன்ஸ்ட் எக்ஸ்ப்ளாய்டேஷன், ரைட் டு ஃப்ரீடம் ஆஃப் கான்சைன்ஸ் அண்ட் ரிலிஜியன், cultural and educational rights for minorities, right to constitutional remedies. Right to equality, it refers to equality before law and equal protection of law. Prohibition or discrimination on the grounds of religion, caste, races, gender or place of birth is offensive and one can seek justice from court. Right to freedom, 6 different types of freedom are mentioned in the Constitution. They are freedom to speech and expression, freedom to assemble peaceful without arms, freedom to form association and unions, freedom to reside and settle in any part of India, freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India, freedom to practice and carry on any occupation, trade or business. Right against exploitation, it is against the law to employ children below 14 years of age in mines, factories or other occupation. Neither contractor or nor an employer can force a worker to do a job against to their will. Right to freedom of conscience and religion, the rights give the citizen freedom to follow the practice and religion of their choice. All citizens have the freedom of conscience or ideas. The citizens also freedom to follow their own ways of practicing any religion. Next we ask discuss about cultural and educational rights. The Constitution gives us the right to preserve, protect and promote culture. We have the right to open schools, association and society to preserve and promote our tradition and culture. Similarly, a group of people may open a school for imparting religious education to children. The government also promotes such activities by giving grants. However, such institution cannot deny admission to anyone based on their caste, color, creed or even religion. Right to constitutional remedies, fundamental rights are guaranteed by the Constitution. By the rights, a person can adopt constitutional means and approach a court if he is denied the fundamental rights. The court then issue order which are called rights to the government to restore the rights to the citizen. The constitutional remedies put to the right anything which may be wrong in terms of a constitution. This rights therefore protects the safeguard all other rights. Fundamental duties, these are the form of duties and responsibility of citizen. The original constitution which came into force with the effect of 26 January 1950, he did not contain the fundamental duties. These were incorporated in the constitution by the 42nd Amendment Act in 1976. The constitution states 11 fundamental duties are given below. A respect for the constitution and ideals in the institution, the national flag and national anthem. The important 5 mark question, students you note down to follow the creatures noble ideals which inspire our national struggle for freedom. Third one, to uphold the protect and sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. To promote harmony and spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending the religious, linguistic, regional or sectional diversity to renounce practice, dignity and dignity of women. To value, preserve and rich heritage of our composite culture. To protect and improve the natural environment including forests, lakes, rivers and wildlife and have the compassion on living creature. To develop the scientific temper, humanism and spirit in inquiry to reform. To safeguard public property and to observe from violence. National Human Rights Commission. The National Human Rights Commission is autonomous body constituted on 12th October 1993 under the Protection of Human Rights Act of 1993. Important 1 mark, note down. It consists of chairman and few other members, 3 from judiciary, 4 from other department of NHRC is responsible for the protection and promoting of human rights in the India defined by Act as a rights relating to life, liberty, equality and dignity of the individual guaranteed by the Constitution or embodied in the international conventions. The office is located in New Delhi. State Human Rights Commission. Every state in India has State Human Rights Commission established in accordance with the power conferred on the state under section of 21, the Protection of Human Rights Act in 1993. The protection and promoting the human rights constitute the principal concern on the Commission. Moreover, the procedure adopted by the Commission to conduct its proceeding to summota action taken on the complaints regardless of the sources received on the transparency of the proceeding of SHRC, a strength unto the functioning in a state. The office of the Human Rights Commission is located in Chennai. In National Human Rights Commission is head office New Delhi. இது ரெண்டும் வேரியேஷன் பார்த்துக்கோங்க. நேஷனல் கேட்டால் நியூ டெல்லி, ஸ்டேட் லெவலில் கேட்டால் சென்னை மட்டும் நோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்கம்மா. Next one, child rights. Apart from the fundamental rights described by the Constitution, we have to ensure certain other rights. A child is a person who has not completed the age of 18 years, that is a minor, as per UNO. This is a principle is exhibited in Article of 25 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Based on these principles, the Declaration of Rights of the Child was accepted and adopted in the UN General Assembly on 20th November 1989. They are followed in the child rights are the right of life, a right to family environment, a right to education, a right to benefit from social security, a right against sexual exploitation, a right against sales or trafficking, a right against other forms of exploitation like child labor. Next we see about women rights. The National Commission for Women is constituted in India to review the constitutional and legal safeguard for women, recommends the remedial measures and advise the government on all matters of policy affecting the welfare and development of women in the country. In modern India, women have held high office including that of the President, Prime Minister, Speaker of the Lok Sabha, a leader of the opposition, Union Minister, Chief Minister and Governor also. Women rights under the Constitution of India mainly include equality, dignity and freedom from the discrimination. Additionally, India has various statutes governing the rights of women. Next we see about Right to Information Act. The Right to Information Act is a revolutionary act that aims to promote transparency in government institutions in India. This act was enacted in October 2005. A common man can demand any government organization to provide information. The information must be provided within 30 days. If not, a fee will be collected and penalty from the concerned officer. It is one of the most powerful law of the country. This act is people friendly. Even an illiterate person can ask any public information officer to write it down from him. All government agencies like municipal corporation, government departments, government schools, road authorities, etc. come under this act. Through RTI, one can get even copies of government documents such as records, reports, papers, etc. Personal information of individuals and organizations related to the country's defense and intelligence such as BSF, CRPF, Intelligence Bureau are exempted from the RTI. Sign the application form with your full name and address along with the date and send it through the registered post to the office of the concerned authority. If a reply is not received within 30 days, an appeal can be filed with the appellate authority. Next we see about labor rights. The Constitution ensures a right to equality, equality of opportunity in public employment, a right to form association and unions, a right to livelihood, prohibits trafficking, forced labor and child labor. Article 39 ensure equal wages to male and female workers for equal work. It is a great victory for female workers who stand all the times more or less 12 to 14 hours per day while they are working in shops and commercial malls. Female workers who are working in the shops and commercial malls are not allowed to sit or even lean on the wall. They were allowed only 5 minutes of break 2 times a day to take rest. There was a strong voice against this inhuman practice among women workers for a long time. Consider this, the government of Kerala has decided to redress by amending the Shops and Commercial Establishment Act of July 2018. Conclusion. John F. Kennedy says that the rights of every man are demonized when the right of one man are threatened. Civilized nation of the world insist of equality, nations pay more attention on human rights to ensure equality. This helps in maintaining peace, harmony and development of the country.